I'm Ron McCoy. I'm portraying a fictional character, Rob McCool, and for that matter, all characters portrayed in this edition and future editions are purely fictional. Rob McCool teaches 5th grade, and he's in his 40th year. Circumstances, however, have occurred that have convinced him that it is time to resign. He heads over to the district offices and meets with the head of human resources, and he tells her that he would love to stay in the district and would love to continue teaching 5th grade. However, she responds like this: Rob, I have to tell you, from now on, you will be watched very closely. Now, I have a deal. If you agree to retire by the end of this school year, most of this will go away. It doesn't happen very often, but Rob McCool is speechless. So, how do you like them apples, Rob? I like them a lot. It was at this point that Rob McCool submitted his letter of resignation and headed out the door. As Rob emerges from the district administration center, he feels such exultation. He is free at last. As Rob speeds away, all of the things that Rob is leaving behind at Freedom Maples Elementary School go swirling through his mind. No more iReady diagnostic. No more iReady lessons. Students working exclusively on iReady. No more Brain Smart Starts. No more bi-weekly team meetings. No more hammering constantly about being perfect and doing the right thing at every single moment of the day. At home, Rob McCool is relishing his free time and the prospect of much less stress in his life. But there are certain people that Rob needs to let know that he will no longer be at Freedom Maples Elementary School. One of those is a former student and A-plus student who has been dropping in to help out in Rob's class as well as to visit with Rob. This student is now a college student at Oak Weeds Metropolitan Community College, and he calls this former student to let him know. It is important to Rob that this student know that should he go into Freedom Maples Elementary School, because of his association with Mr. McCool, he may face a dire consequence. Rob has 2 sisters, Sally Growl and Suzanne Avenue, and he informs them of his resignation from Freedom Public Schools. Later that evening, Sally and Rob go to visit their mother, who is in convalescence, recovering from a fractured pelvis, and Rob has arranged to do a video chat with his team to tell them of his big news. So Rob had messaged his team through Facebook and had set up 7 o'clock as the time for their video chat. Rob created much anticipation among his team members, and as 7 o'clock slowly arrived, his teammates were able to video chat with Rob. And 7 p.m. on that fateful Wednesday rolls around. His team tunes in via video chat. Upon learning that their dear teammate Rob McCool is departing from them, they are literally inconsolable. Rob also had the opportunity to dine at Pizza Shop with a former student to discuss recent events. Rob was working at his computer when his landline phone rang. It was Human Resources calling, hoping to set up a meeting with Rob to resolve things with Rob's principal so that Rob could come back to work. The meeting was scheduled for high noon. Rob met with the Assistant Director of Human Resources and the Director of Elementary Education. He explained his situation. They vowed to call his principal. Rob said he would return on Monday, provided his principal still wanted him to come back. Then Rob went home to wait for their call. The call came. The response from Rob's principal was, absolutely, 100%. We want Rob to come back. Although Rob's principal had some concerns. One of those was Rob had told his team that he was resigning and had caused some chaos in the building. Also, Rob's principal stated that Rob would still be on a plan, and it was explained that plans usually involved meeting weekly with the principal and increased classroom observations. Oh my gosh, what would Rob be subjecting himself to? So, Rob could return to his position as fifth grade teacher, where he would be watched very closely, where he would be on a plan which would involve him meeting weekly with his principal, as well as increased classroom observations. Oh, what an opportunity! Or Rob could strike forth, explore areas of interest to him, and one of those is the inner urban, which ran through Liberty, and he could also make videos about those. Ron McCoy, free at last, and on the trail of intriguing mysteries. I've always been fascinated by things like the inner urban, and I decided to come out here and record some scenes featuring a trail on which the inner urban at one time ran. Rob could also take the time to sit in his yard, read the paper, ponder life's vicissitudes. Rob could also explore other areas of interest, such as Nazca lines. I've always been fascinated by those. What exactly were they? So, let's see. I can return to my position teaching fifth grade, which is already a full-time job. I'm there at 6:15 in the morning. I leave around 3:30, but I am always working at least 2 hours in the evening. But I can return if I agree to be on a plan, if I agree to meet with my principal once a week, if I agree to increased classroom observations. Well, I will have to say that is the sticking point. I am going to resign. How will these administrators react to Rob's decision to resign? You can find that out by tuning in to the next thrilling edition of Rob McCool's Guide to Freedom. Also, Rob receives another letter of reprimand, this time via the United States Postal Service mail. Yes, all kinds of incredible adventures are still to come. Be sure you join me.